Cultivate Bend is a nonprofit 501c6 organization formed to cultivate a vibrant ecosystem for the natural products consumer packaged goods sector within Central Oregon. Formerly known as the Central Oregon Food Cluster, the organization is re-emerging after a 2-year transitional period in response to the pandemic. Aren't we all? The organization's mission is to listen and meet the specific needs of the growing population of CPG entrepreneurs, operators, and leaders at every stage and be representative of every Central Oregon community, geographic, gender, racial, ethnic, and culture. They will foster success by creating resources, building community, sharing wisdom, and forging connections. Here to tell us more and to learn about an upcoming event is Paul Evers, CEO and co-founder at Riff, as well as co-founder of Crux Fermentation Project, and alongside him, Thomas Angel, CEO and co-founder of Altitude Beverages. Two of my favorite people, unofficial bio. Okay, I think someone took the microphone, except it was me and it's under my arm. Sorry about that, Paul.
That one goes to Thomas.
Thank you.
Can I have that little slide thing? I'm a little concerned about these mugs right here because I've got.
Don't you worry about those mugs.
Okay.
If they break, they break.
How's everybody doing? Thank you. This is a new venue, great team, doing an amazing job. It's all new challenges for this team, and so a hand of applause and gratitude for the EdCo team putting on this event. I'm Paul, and I've lived in Bend with my family for 33 years. And so I think by modern standards, that qualifies me as an early settler. Right? In those 33 years, I've worked in some capacity in the consumer products industry. For the first 25 years in creative services, working with amazing clients like Hum Kombucha with Jamie and Michelle there. And then migrated over to the operating side as a co-founder at Crux Fermentation Project and Riff, as Shannon mentioned. And in those 33 years, I always was aware of a unique set of challenges for consumer brands in Central Oregon, particularly being 3 hours away from the nearest major metro area. And that, those awareness of those needs and challenges was only heightened when I migrated over to the operating side, and then further heightened with the pandemic. And so we're excited to share with you Cultivate Bend, which is a new 501c3 mutual benefit trade organization, really founded on the belief that all boats float with the rising tide, and what we can do together as a community is far greater than what we can do on our own. Thomas.
Good evening, everybody. It feels a little bit deja vu. I was here almost like a year ago pitching our company, Altitude Functional Beverages. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Thomas Angel, one of the co-founders. All right, now you can hear me. Cool.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so I'm Thomas Angel. I'm one of the co-founders of Altitude Functional Beverages. We're a local beverage company. And unlike Paul, I've only been in Bend 2 years. So I'm basically native. But I mean, I think for Altitude, it's been an experience of we moved to Bend. We moved to Central Oregon to start our company. And we moved here because of the ecosystem. Obviously, there's all the beer companies worthy, obviously here hosting us, Hum Kombucha, Riff, all these great companies, and we wanted to come and start our company in this ecosystem. However, it's difficult, consumer packaged goods, and navigating that and trying to figure out where to go. And so I'm honored to be a part of this group, and actually, I think next slide. If any of the board members here can raise your hand, make yourself known, please go and talk to them tonight about Cultivate Bend. We only have 5 minutes up here. But very humbled to be a part of this group. Really deep experience across the verticals of consumer packaged goods, people who have started companies, people who have exited companies, people from the marketing side, from building consumer awareness. I mean, really a talented group. I feel humbled. And I would say, the next major part of our team and us being here tonight is, for those of you who don't know, Bill Capsalis is one of our senior advisors. for Cultivate Bend. He's one of the co-founders and executive directors for Naturally Boulder. And for those not familiar with Naturally Boulder, it's somewhat recognized as one of the leading associations for our industry. So really a big get for us. Really looking to look for his guidance, his mentorship, so that we're adding value from day one. And in terms of programming, in terms of what Cultivate Bend is, I think at its core, it's really creating that community. I mean, it's already here in Bend. I mean, just look at the amount of people that are here tonight. I mean, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And I think what we want to do is formalize that for the consumer packaged goods industry a little bit more. Create a forum for people like me 2 years ago, moving to Bend, trying to start a consumer packaged good company, asking the dumb questions, right? How do I produce my product? How do I submit my product to market a choice? How do I get outside of Bend? And I think between the board, between the senior advisorship from Bill, I think we really have a talented group. But Paul's going to talk a little bit more about our launch event on February 8th. But yeah, we're really looking at starting that community element from there. And obviously some big ideas that we have. Hopefully a tentpole event by the end of this year. But ultimately, we want to start adding value from day one.
Excellent. Thank you. It's really great to be up here with Thomas. And I want to acknowledge that Cultivate Bend really is the next generation of the Central Oregon Food Cluster, which was started by thought leaders like Jamie and Michelle right here, and Jen Moore with Gem Organics, who's still involved and on the board. Thank you, because we're just trying to carry that torch forward for you. We have 3 areas of membership. The foundational aspect, as Thomas was describing, would be leaders, founders, and team members of natural products CPG companies, consumer packaged goods. That's our core membership group. Second would be adjacent sectors. So those that service providers or brands that thrive on or support natural products, consumer packaged goods sector within Central Oregon. So that would be service providers. It could be like legal, accounting, insurance providers, creative services, distributors, brokers. I already said distributors, brokers, retail buyers.
That's how important they are.
And co-packers. They're really distributors, also distributors. And then finally, we have distributors in their own category. And then also the economic development community at large. So we're going to be working and collaborating with economic development agencies, both locally, or not both, but locally, regionally, and statewide. Those agencies that are in support of economic development and particular focus on startups and early stage companies like Thomas was talking about. But what we're really excited to do is we want to invite you to our super spectacular launch event, Wednesday, February 8th at the Haven, Wednesday evening. Okay, you got it? You got it? Okay, so you're gonna be able to come and learn a little bit more about Cultivate Bend. We're gonna have complimentary food, beer, wine, non-alc beverages. It's gonna be amazing. Really, most excitingly, we're gonna be giving away about $1,000 in prizes that evening, and all attendees are automatically put into the draw. Okay, so you could win something really spectacular at that event. And all you got to do, thank you. You can do that now. It's free. It's free, and you get all this stuff. But all you got to do to register is to scan that QR code, and we're having a contest right now. We're going to have a giveaway right now. So people who signed up tonight, all the way through to the end of the Q&A period, are going to qualify for 2 amazing prizes this evening. We have Julia from our board who's auditing our Eventbrite page right now. And if you're registering right now, you're going to be thrown into the pool for 2 great prizes. One is going to be a $50 gift card to Newport Market. And the other is a mountain bike rental for 2 people, courtesy of Pine Mountain Sports, valued at $140 right here, right now. Okay, so we're going to announce the winners at the end of the Q&A period, and you're going to come and claim your prizes when you actually show up at the event. Sound good? Who loves that QR code, by the way? Okay, that's it.
Well, Paul,
Thank you.
I really love it because you owe me some imaging rights.
I do.
Royalties.
I know.
And we have a contract to sign, actually.
Did we mention we need legal support?
We're going to have to call our lawyers.
Well, one of the prizes we're going to have at the event is a free photo shoot with Jen and Kelly.
Wow. Okay, yeah, that sounds fun. Actually, I feel like this is just so deserving because I've made a lot of jokes about the QR code this past couple years, so this does feel right. Okay, so you rebranded the cluster to Cultivate Bend. I think this was a wise move because nobody really needs a cluster right now unless it's like nuts and caramel. But how did this all get started? Like, who started meeting together? Where did it was it just strictly needs-based? Or you're like, I'm Paul Evers, I can't stop having ideas, let's do something cool, and that was it? Or like, what happened?
It's a long story. It's really a story of persistence and tenacity. We had a board, and there was attrition, and Jen and I just stuck with it. We kept meeting every Monday. I mean, not every Monday, I'm sorry. Every month. It starts with the same 3 letters. Every monthly. And we started meeting every month. I tell you, that Strata beer is a little powerful.
It should come with the red clown nose.
We were meeting monthly, and we just kept at it. And our friends at Village Family Capital reached out and said, we want to help you really get this thing going.
You
so
had
we've had a lot of
people offer
support
you
and
money.
encouragement. People
Just call
offering,
you up and offer you money.
Absolutely.
Paul Evers, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, we'll take more money if you're interested in sponsoring this amazing trade group.
Was that Jen Moore that you're talking about?
I am talking about
She's one
Jen
of my
Moore.
favorite people.
Well,
And
of
she's
course.
such an asset,
Yeah.
too, because I will say she has experienced like everything you can experience in consumer
The
goods.
full
Like she
spectrum.
has really had
Yes.
some things happen.
Yeah, so she had staying. Is Jen here?
Is she here?
Jen is
She
here.
is not.
She is not here?
She is here. I just can't believe it.
She's here, but not in the room? Here we are going on and on about
If
Jen.
you
The
see
next
her, let her know
QR code
she's my
has Jen's
favorite.
face in it, and she's not even here.
How did you come up with the name?
It was just a group, collaborative project, a board
just
meeting.
like
very
throwing some good
collaborative.
ideas around, having a kombucha. Thomas, what about for you? Has this been like a godsend for you? I feel like you are kind of that prime example of what it looks like to bring a business here, and this was very new for you, Altitude, right? It was like a whole complete departure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is something, as I kind of briefly mentioned, that just through our personal experience, there's plenty of great resources in Bend. I mean, that's partly why we moved here, and Edco being one of them. But consumer packaged goods is very nuanced. That was the word that Paul made me use.
That was a nice
Instead
way
of the
of
words,
saying really,
yeah.
really challenging.
But I mean, there's so many great resources here existing in Bend. And I think for, obviously personally for Altitude Beverages, we see a lot of value. I think, from a Thomas perspective, it's kind of trying to give back a little bit. We've gotten so much help from so many people in this room tonight to get to where we're at. And I would like for anybody who's in this industry to have those same resources and not have to go through the process of finding them like we did.
From a Thomas perspective, that's a cool phrase. And I bet, and I would like to see that for people as well, because we have a lot of great consumer packet. It's a long phrase for me,
I know
Paul.
it is. I know it's
Tasty
tough.
snacks. We got a lot of tasty snacks in this town. Okay, does anybody in the audience have a question? Do I have anybody here who has
I have a question for the audience.
Yes.
Who has registered for the event?
Ooh.
Oh, there's some serious FOMO going on right now.
Okay, so I think we know what to do with QR codes now. Put my face in the middle of them.
See?
Paul,
I
that's
knew-
an
I
extra.
knew-
That'll
I
be
knew
an
I would
extra
do it.
fee, Paul. Okay, any
Follow-up
questions?
question.
This is your chance. Any questions? This is your. Okay, so wait, I do have one more question. Well, I have two more questions. Big picture, like, do you want to have a space, an office space where you're meeting? Do you want to have a headquarters? Have you thought that far? Like, what are you visioning at this point?
No, our main thing is going to be to pull the community together and then to listen and see where we need to go.
God bless you, Paul Evers. God bless you. Oh, it's just
It's
really
going to be
perfect.
it's going to be driven by the membership.
Yeah, it's really perfect.
Yeah.
That was really great. Do you need an MC for the event on the 8th?
Yes,
also,
well, it's the 8th. It's the 8th.
also, where's Mary?
Yeah, Mary, I know.
I
I'm going to
know.
tell her that you called her out.
I'm
because
not calling her out. I just really
she
would love
just-
to see her. She's
yeah, she decided to go have
wonderful
a beer
lady.
with a friend instead of be here. I said,
Ew.
oh, yeah, thank you.
She's probably at Silver Moon right now.
I hope somebody's
Weird.
videotaping this. She probably-
All right, you
probably
guys,
is.
this is so awesome. I'm so excited that you're doing this. It's so needed, and I think only good things are coming. So we'll see you at the party. I'll wear my best surprise face, and that'll be that.
That's wonderful. If you could just hold that all night long, that'd be great. Because,
Okay, so are we ready to do the giveaway?
well, I don't know, Julia.
Julia, Julia.
We are looking into the sun right here. So, yeah, see you, Julia. This is Julia over here, and so she's been monitoring our Eventbrite's portal, and
Julia's in the portal
we'll
too.
randomly choose 2 names to win these amazing prizes. But you got to show up at the event to collect them. You know that. Karina Peterson, and Karina Peterson is going to win the $50 Newport Market gift card. Where is Karina?
Karina, you're about to buy 2
Yeah,
things
you-
at Newport Market.
What'd you say? 2 what?
She's gonna be able to get 2 things at Newport Market.
2 Riff Energy Pluses for $50.
It's a big deal.
Where is Karina? She's not even here. So okay. She might be, but we don't know how to get a hold of her. We do. We have her email.
We do. We have all of her
Okay,
information.
so-
we actually have all of her information.
Oh, there's Karina.
Woohoo!
Everybody, yes, Karina.
Karina, you're rich.
Woo! $50. Okay, so next is the mountain
And
bike
you get
rental for 2.
your prize at the party. Okay, the next one is the mountain bike
Yeah.
ride.
It's rental.
Rental.
What is it?
Kara Schaefer.
Kara Schaefer.
Kara. Is she
Where?
right in here?
She's very shy. Come on, stand up. There you go,
Aw.
Kara Schaefer. Are you a mountain biker? Well, maybe you can trade for the Newport Market gift card. Or you could sell it. You could probably sell it. It's worth a lot. Okay, yes. Oh, we're up to 127.
RSVPs.
I got to call the people at the Haven because that might break the... I don't know if they have the weight limit. Or 20?
But only 33 of your
No,
friends.
well, yeah, but we're at 127? So that's 23. 23.
The
so
number is shrinking
hey,
all the time.
Try and keep it hush now, okay? All right, we're giving away at the event. We're giving away $1,000 in prizes. It's really going to be amazing. I think one of them is going to be worth about $500. So, but you really don't want to show up for that. You want to show up to learn more about Cultivate Bend, right?
And also, the Haven is such a special treat.
And we're going to have you as the MC. I
And
love
I'm
it.
going to be there.
All right, thank you,
Okay,
Shannon.
thanks, Paul. This is wonderful. All right, another round of applause for my friends, Thomas and Paul.